I feel like I'm not in the mood to read this. Okay, this kind of sucks because I'm picking all the books that I really just don't want to read. Hey guys, it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new here, today's video is a video I have wanted to do like every month for like the last year, and we're finally doing it. If you can tell, right here, I made a TBR jar. It doesn't look like there's a lot in here, but there is a lot in here because I have a lot of books on my physical TBR. If you are interested in seeing every single book on my physical TBR, I actually just uploaded a TBR cart tour. I will link that, but we are going to be picking my March TBR out of a jar. Okay, so I can't lie, I'm kind of scared to do this video because the way I did it is I just wrote the names of every single book that is on my physical TBR, and my cat is stealing the tripod. And we're just gonna pick names out of the jar, and then whatever that book is, we're adding it to my March TBR. And I'm scared because I'm such a mood reader, but I've literally had some of these books on my shelf for like months now. So I'm at the point where it's either like you're reading it or you're unhauling it. And because I don't want to unhaul them as of right now, I'm going to try and force myself to read them. And if they don't get read, we're going to have to unhaul them because there's no point in keeping books that don't bring you joy. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick 10 out of here. I definitely usually average around 10 to 15 books a month, depending on how long they are and just kind of like what's going on that month. So I think I'm gonna pick 10 out of here, and then I'm gonna allow myself like 2 free books. So we'll pick 10 books, and then I'll pick 2 for free off my shelf that I want to read, and those can be like Kindle books, they can be audiobooks, they can be whatever. So I think that's a good starting point. Okay, we're just gonna get on into this video. Okay, so I'm nervous. Here we go. First book on the March TBR. I just dropped some. I'll put those back in. The Bride Test. I guess I'll show you guys so everyone knows I'm not cheating if it'll focus. The Bride Test. Okay, so we're not starting off this video very strong because this is a book that I am just not feeling like reading, and I don't know why. I'm just like not in the mood for like a rom-com-y type book right now. Okay, so basically this guy's mom is going to Vietnam to find him the perfect mail order bride, and then we have a mixed race girl living there. She leaps at it. So I think it's gonna be like a grumpy sunshine, maybe forced marriage. It is only 295 pages, so it's not too long, and the font is like a decent size. So we can do this. I have had this on my shelf for too long. We can do this. Okay, next book. I'm hoping for a thriller all month. I'm trying not to look down because then I would read it. The Hunting Wives. It's a thriller. I'm not gonna wait for these to focus because it's just too annoying. All right, this is The Hunting Wives by May Cobb. I actually just recently got this. It hasn't been on my TBR shelf too long, but I think I have like 15 or 16 thrillers on my TBR cart. So even though I've been like trying to get through them, there's just so many. But yeah, basically I think this is just kind of like a body is found and these wives kind of get mixed up into it. I've heard mixed reviews about this though. I've heard some people say like it's really not as interesting as most thrillers are, but we're gonna read it, so not bad. That one was good. We're gonna do number 3 now. Missing Presumed. That's another thriller. Okay, this one I'm not too like excited about, only because I don't like, I've never heard anything about this. I feel like it's really hard to be excited to read a book when there's so many books that are like hyped up, and this one I've never heard about. So basically this is about a girl who works in the police force, but she wants like to have time for like a husband and a family, and so she wants to like get out, but then this girl goes missing and she kind of takes up the case, and that's pretty much it. I really like to go into my books blind, so I don't like to read much about them, but I also like to give you guys something so you kind of can know what it's going to be about. And the reason I bought this was because it was $5 at Second & Charles. They had like 7 copies of this, and I was like, you know, I love thrillers, and that's why it's been sitting on my shelf for so long, because I've never heard anything about it. So let's hope our fourth book is not a thriller, because I don't want it to just be thrillers all month, because there are some books in here that I do really, really want to get to. Why do they keep getting stuck together? The Song of Achilles. This one I've had for literally a year, you guys. Oh, I didn't show you, but I think I wrote sound on instead of song. But this one has been on my shelf for the longest time. It's definitely one of the books that has been on my shelf for the longest time. So The Song of Achilles. I am literally just procrastinating reading this because I don't know if I'm gonna like the whole like Greek mythology retelling, but at the same point, like some people have read it and obviously like loved it. It's super duper hyped up, but I'm just nervous about that. The only good thing though is this did just come in as a audiobook on my Libby app. I put a hold on it a few weeks ago because I figured that maybe I'd like to listen to it as an audiobook. All right, next book. I'm really hoping for, there's like a few books in my head that I'm really hoping I get to pick because I really want to read them. Oh, this really sucks. This really sucks. I picked American Psycho next. I don't want this to all just be freaking thrillers. I'm also just like procrastinating reading this book. I bought this back in October, I think, because I just was in a thriller mood. But I don't know. I tried to read it and I think I read like a few pages in and it just didn't seem very interesting. But I feel like this is like a classic and I either need to read it or haul it because that's the point of this video. So here's our next book. Okay, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. That is this book right here. I bought this book because it was on Barnes & Noble's like best books of 2022 table one day, and I was like, oh, I've never really heard about this. And it's basically about a letter from a guy, or like his son, to his mother, but she cannot read. So I think it's about like their family history and whatnot. Again, I don't like to read too much because I love going into my books blind. Every Last Word. I feel like I'm not in the mood to read this. Okay, this kind of sucks because I'm picking all the books that I really just don't want to read. I feel like I read this book in high school and I absolutely loved it, but I just do not feel like reading this for some reason. I don't know, but it is YA. The font is bigger. It's 300 pages. So the only good thing about that is if it's something you're not super interested in, you feel like you're reading it faster because the font is big and it's not that many pages. So we're gonna read this one. Next book. Finally! Oh wait, no. I picked X's and O's, which I really do want to read, but I'm filming this before February ends, and I think that I'm probably going to end up reading it before February ends, but I still put it in here because it's on my cart. So I'm gonna put this one to the side and not count it, but if I end up not reading it, then maybe I'll let myself switch that one out for a different one in here. But I think I'll have it done by March 1st. I'm gonna use this hand. Maybe this will give me more luck. Oh yay, it did! I got tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, which was actually on my February TBR. It's one of the books I didn't get to, but I did really, really good on my February TBR. I read so many of the books that I said I was going to read, but this is just one that I did not get to, so I'm really excited. We are going to be reading tomorrow. And yeah, as you can tell, I literally went to start annotating everything and I just didn't get to it because I was reading so many books at once, but I'm really excited about this. Okay, I'm gonna try and use my lucky hand again because that one was one I was really hoping I'd pull because I'm interested. I don't know what this book is. I'm confused. Oh, you know what? It might be on the back of my cart. Okay, so I pulled out Beautiful Day by Ellen Hildebrand. I actually just thrifted this a few months ago and I bought a bunch of her books for the summertime because I'm really excited to read them. So this is basically about a summer wedding and it stirs up like some family drama, scandal, stuff like that. And I'm really excited. I've never read any of her books and I literally got like 4 of them because I've heard such good things. And I'm excited about this one and I thrifted it, which is a win. But yeah, okay, I think this is the last one if I'm counting right. And that makes me kind of nervous because nothing on my TBR cart is happening. We're using our lucky hand for this last one. Is there 2 here? Yeah, there's 2 here. Oh no, I'm not looking. I can't rip them though because I don't know which one is which. Dial A for aunties or aunties or whatever. This one I'm excited about. All right, we have Dial A for aunties. This is just a really like anticipated read of mine. I'm really excited to read this, and the cover is just bringing me happiness. But this is basically about a murder mystery. It was like an accident and the girl needs help and her aunties are coming to help her. So I just thought this was a really cute little read by Haley Pham. She said it was really good, and I'm excited to read this one. So I'm glad I got this to kind of mix up, because I feel like a lot of these books are like heavier and like not romance, thriller, so I don't know. Okay, so that was 10 books picked from the TBR jar, and now I'm going to pick 2 myself that I want to read, because I'm nervous I'm gonna put myself in a reading slump if I try and force myself to read only books from the TBR jar, and I think I'll read more than 10 books. So okay, now we ran into an issue. So here's the first part. Is I want to read A Little Life because I want to film a video for this for the month of March. So it's kind of like a content like pick, but this is a really long book, and I've heard it's also really heavy, and I just keep putting on my TBR and saying I'm gonna do it and then I don't. So I'm gonna put this on my tentative TBR again. I'm putting all my stuff up here. I'll just put it up here for right now. So maybe that's only if I'm gonna end up filming that video. I haven't planned out my videos for March yet, so it's kind of like a tentative. And I wanted to pick One of Us is Lying because it's just kind of a YA thriller I've been wanting to read, but I think I might have too many thrillers already, so I'm not gonna prioritize this one. But if I'm in the mood for a thriller, because sometimes reading thrillers puts me in the mood to read more, we'll have this one. But I'm also going to be, my husband is leaving in March to go on like a field op, so I might not want to read all these thrillers, so I don't know. And then I'm also in the middle actually of reading Saving 6 right now, so I'm gonna put this on my TBR for March as well, because I'm kind of slowly reading it because it is so long. And yeah, I'm not gonna finish it before February is over, but I've kind of already started it, so it's not like a full book. I'm feeling like that's very ambitious and I probably shouldn't add any more, but like I want to add more, and that's toxic. But that is all of the books on my March TBR. I feel like my attitude is kind of bad in this video, but I am not really excited to read most of these, but I know that I need to read them or get rid of them. So I don't know, if I start any of them and I'm really not enjoying them, I will DNF and just resell them to somebody who will enjoy them more than me, but I need to at least give them a chance before picking up other books and whatnot. And I'm on a mission to read all of my physical TBR in March. I'm trying to be on a no-buy ban and just read at least 10 books off my physical TBR. And if I read 10 books, then I'll probably allow myself to buy 1 at the end of March. Who knows? That is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to keep up with me throughout the month of March and see what I'm reading. So I'll probably do reading vlogs and stuff along on my TikTok and Instagram and all of that good stuff. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you've read any of these to hype me up to get through them. And I'll see you guys in my next one.